We are artists because we want to share something. So I'm a believer in the Bible stories I was told as a child, but from my mother. I'm a believer in the power of humans to transcend. Look, even the very act of painting, there's an element of belief. When we walk into a gallery, I imagine we're hoping for a degree of transcendence or just a little bit of pleasure. But the faith that you need to think making a piece of work will make a difference to someone. I'm a believer in that. I'm a believer in all the stories that I've been told. I'm very interested in the hybrid. Purity has no fascination for me. I'm much happier with a mix of things jostling together, ideas jostling together. It's slightly richer, more generous. All I paint is real. You see, I believe the gods and the ancestors are real. They're real. We believe in them. You will not benefit from them if you don't believe. So when I became an artist, oddly enough, it was when we started going to Brazil. And I was transformed by the acts in Salvador, in particular in the Northeast. I was really transfixed by the acts, the beautiful acts of artistic veneration. And I get that sensation that the heavens are so close in Salvador. They are, because there's such correspondence between ordinary humans and the gods. It's like on a daily basis. It's just up and down. There's always something happening. There's always somebody carrying a saint. What interests me is what happens at the point of impact of life on the individual. This allows me to celebrate us, ordinary people, the people I see on a daily basis, as human beings, not as historical figures, not as figures of subjugation, not as heroic figures, but that more important category, just as normal men and women going about their lives. I find it very rich and rewarding, and it's also a constant source of inspiration because we just keep coming. We just keep being alive and having triumphs and having tragedies, miracles, disasters, all happening, often at the same time. When I establish the central figure, and they're usually surrounded by objects, because we spend our lives with objects, and making a painting itself has the ability to confer a symbolic power on an object. But I don't want my paintings to be full of arcane knowledge, esoteric knowledge that means you have to read a pamphlet in order to get it. It's how you use them and how you combine them, and whether you think you're telling somebody something. Well, I'm not preachy. I have no interest in telling anybody what to do because I just think that's tedious. When people start telling me should, I stop listening. Something switches off. The objects, they need to have some kind of understanding, some implicit sense of meaning in the real world. So I use ladders, I use doves, I use a number of things that, given the composition, you can suggest what it might mean. I like to make a painting an open system so that they keep getting richer. It's something that happens in between my intention and your interpretation, which I enjoy. So we can have a discussion. So then it's not an inert thing on the wall, but something that is constantly changing as we do. That it's something that opens up possibilities rather than says something that we already know. I just celebrate life. The changes I want society, the changes we all want. I ask questions. I don't give answers, because I don't have any answers. I like to speculate like everybody else. I like to speculate. I just choose to do it visually, and I have the audacity to put it in front of people. And I hope they're enchanted. I hope it just opens something up. The only thing I can say about them is that they're human beings. They are human beings of every description, of every colour and hue and faith, and that's thrilling. however delusional I get as an artist, I know a painting cannot stop a bullet. But I know that it might make, I hope, somebody realize that life is worth living and that it might be worth dying for.